What up, YouTube? It's your boy King Pookie coming in the house talking about Wandavision episode 3. I know that in a couple of days we're gonna have episode 4. I'm gonna be doing a play by play. If you haven't seen it, I demand you should stop this video and go and watch it before because I don't want to spoil it for you. So but yeah, I'm at the Disney Channel. I want to do the play-by-play, so this is be a long video. So if you don't want to watch this, just enjoy the ride and stuff. So okay, now we're now it previously on WandaVision on last episode they were in a talent show with the town, and we just found out that Wanda's pregnant with Vision's baby, and stuff. But we don't know, how can this happen? How can Vision get her pregnant if he's a robot? He's a mutant, you know. So and remember, it was in the '60s. Now remember, Wanda could fast forward time. Now they're in the '70s. Now it's gonna be like the Brady Bunch sitcom and Partridge Family. It's gonna have that type of feel. So, but yeah, we're finally right now they're playing the Marvel um studios thing right now. So as we left, okay, now they have the doctor. He's you know um checking Wanda. So they're doing. They definitely have that like the Brady Bunch, that's Wanda Vision. They're getting ready for the baby, they were in the baby, baby room and then stuff. They're getting, so because they're not your average family. WandaVision. Now remember that night in the '70s where they had bell bottoms and they had all those ugly jackets and that stuff, and and they changed it looks different. The house looks different. It has a Brady film. Now we're going to allow the episode. Now the doctor's checking out Wanda, to make sure she's pregnant. He's like, hearing the heartbeat, and he just definitely she's pregnant. And then Vision goes, "How can this happen?" How No, because houses say that Vision is a mutant, and how can he get a Wanda pregnant? And then when the doctor tries to explain it to them, when a man and a woman love each other, and then like Wanda tries to distract the doctor and tries to So then, Vision he escorts the doctor to the door,
At 4 months, the fetus is about as big as a pear. At 5 months, pie, 6 grapefruit, 7 pineapple, 8 honeydew.
So then, when he's asking the doctor to the door, the doctor tells Vision that he's gonna take his wife on vacation to Bermuda, and but I'm guessing if he has any problems, just to call him and stuff. But yeah, as like he sees his neighbor cutting the bushes, in his backyard, and the his neighbor just distracted. Then he's started cutting the wall, and when the doctor, he tells the doctor that to keep it on a hush hush because he doesn't want nobody to know about the pregnancy. and the doctor says that he'll get him, and he's looking for his vacation.
Hey, Hop! Think you might have taken my head swimming a little too far there, old chap. So I have. Thanks, bud.
So as like I said, that he's telling the guy that he's cutting through the wall, and so then Vision goes back to Wanda in the room. And you know how I was saying that Wanda could speed up time. Now Wanda is like 5 or 6 months more pregnant because she got more fatter, and then she's like, I can't really tell. And then he tries to grab her, and then it was a bubble. Now he tells her, I can't wait to be a papa, daddy. So now they went to the scene where they're in the nursery. Like, remember, like, Mary Poppins, where she uses her magic, and Wanda's using her magical powers to get ready for the nursery, the baby's bed, the crib, and everything. And Vision is reading all about how nesting in and then Wanda is eating like these chips because you know how she has these cravings, and she has like this like contraction. She feels something, and then like Vision's like, how can it happen? He's like, he looks in the book and he sees like, you must be 6 months pregnant because she's feeling something. She shouldn't be feeling something. And then he goes, oh, I can't wait to meet you, but Billy. And then Wanda, she's like, told him that I wanted to call him Tommy. But then she was like, what if it's we're hoping it's a girl. Then she goes, then she's painting of the stork and that stuff, and she's hoping it's for a girl. And then Vision tells her that the baby should be here in a couple of days, and then says of that you should be baby should be here by Friday. And then we go to cutscene, and then he's like, you know how he's practicing to change the baby. He has like this little doll, and he's trying to you know telling Wanda to set the timer because I want to. Now she's in the kitchen, and now she has more contractions of the baby, and then Vision, he goes into restarts reading in the book and see what the heck is this. He says, well, they finally found out that she's having a contraction and stuff. So she's like hopefully like 6 months pregnant, and then he tells Wanda, if you know how to calm down, you gotta do these breathing techniques, and and she said it's not. She's telling him Vision is not working. Then she has more contractions, and then everything falls apart, and then these like all the contraptions in the kitchen start going off with crazy, and then they're like go in the kitchen, they go in the dining room, and then finally the power goes out. They go to see Vision goes to see the neighbors if the power went out, and then here's the funny part. The next door neighbor's lady to her husband is, oh, do I look fat in these with these earrings? And right then the power goes up, and he goes, thank God I didn't have to answer that. So then we go into. So then Vision says, definitely the power went out. Yeah, because people. So then okay, how I told you that Wanda could speed up time and that stuff, and Vision explained to her that we're trying to keep this secret and we don't want nobody to know that pregnant, but and I guess she didn't like what they were talking about, so she sped up time because where they pause because they pause for a moment, so. And then Vision says like we're in charter territory. We cannot tell anybody. They're secret, you know. So and then Wanda's like, I hope it's not a mutant, or I hope it's a boy, a human boy. And she feels more contractions, just getting more intense, and then Vision, he's having a panic attack, and he's floating in the air, and she tries to calm him down with the techniques, you know, trying to doing the breathing stuff to get him to calm down, and then he finally got they calmed down, and then out of the blue, it starts raining out of nowhere, and he goes, "Honey, I think I broke my water." So yeah. Then we go and do a cutscene, and then they go to commercial, and they have this one lady that's, that wanted she's having problems, she's having all these mistakes and then stuff. If you want to get away, the guy goes, "Hey, you want to want to relax and that stuff." And there was a commercial for Hydro Soak, where your hotel will take you to another place and you could just relax and your problems will go away. So the commercial ends, and then they go to you see Wanda and Vision is just still under the table, and there's still raining from the water, and the rain finally stops, and then she goes to the window, and she tries to use her magical powers so that she brings in the draft, because everything was wet. Everything in the house was wet. So then she has more contractions, and she goes to tells Vision to go get the doctor, and he tries to call, but the power's out, So he goes, I'm gonna go get the doctor. Are you gonna be okay here? So Wanda tells him that I'll be okay and that stuff. So then Wanda, she's having more contractions, even harder contractions. Then she hears a funny noise coming from the baby's nursery room. She goes closer to the nursery and she, what the heck is that noise? And then remember that stork painting? Um, it was like a stork that came alive, and then out of the blue the doorbell rings, and Wanda goes to the closet because she doesn't want nobody to know that she's pregnant. She puts on her jacket, and then the the door, it was her next door neighbor, Geraldine or whatever, and she tells her, that um every pipe in her house just burst and it started raining, that she needs a bucket. And she goes, and Geraldine is going to the kitchen and trying to get a bucket, and Wanda goes, I think I have a bucket. I'll go get it. So then she's having more contractions, and then she like a raincoat, like she gets a raincoat, and she gets hurt more, and then she changes into fur jacket, like a fur jacket, and Geraldine found like fun clothes in the kitchen, and then Wanda is like running, and she grabs a fruit bowl, some fruits, and then Geraldine's, look at that. Thank you, Wanda. And she grabs the apple and that stuff. So while she's taking her to the door with the bucket, and then Geraldine's, that job that I had, that temp job I had, and she like, um, trying to tell her, explain her what happened, and then you remember that stork? Well, it was like she's trying to distract her, not to stay to tell her the story and that stuff. And then Wanda is like trying to shoo the stork, and she's using her powers, and it seems like her powers are not have nothing to do. the stork is still there, and that he has like stuff. So finally, the stork he comes, by Geraldine's pants, and and she has these pants that have these fishes, and then he tries to grab that stuff, and then Wanda goes throws an orange trying to shoo the stork, and she goes, "Did you hear that noise? What noise?" Oh yeah, and then Wanda goes, "Oh, yeah, that was like, did you was it like a?" It was like yeah, it was my refrigerator that was making the noise. And then like he goes, "You must how fancy." That has this best technologies, and then she's explaining what happened about her job and that stuff, and then like I guess they were doing, she was making a deal and that stuff, and deal, and then she tells them um that her boss told her to clean out her desk, and then Wanda is like, "Did you get fired? I hope you didn't get fired." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't want. He hired me." And then it's like, um, yeah, and so then Geraldine is like, I need some things, for my new job, for my new promotion. Do you have a jacket that I could borrow or like this? She goes into the nursery room, and then she sees this stork in the painting, and then she sees the baby crib and all the nursery from the nursery, and then she's trying to hide the baby. She had these like flower, and like she dropped it, and then so then we go to the cut to the scene where Vision is going to the doctor, and then the doctor's has a problem with his car. He can't get it like this. The day when he used to go on vacation, his car breaks down. So yeah, he's trying to whisk the doctor to the back home because Wanda's about to have the baby, and so then it's like they go. Wanda's about to have the baby, so Geraldine is getting all ready. She gets the bucket and that stuff, and she's trying to find something to the baby, and it goes crazy in the house. Like everything is falling apart, So she tells Wanda, "You could do this, you know. You could do this. You could do this." And Wanda tells her, "I can't do this." He goes, "Wanda, look at me. You just do your breathing tactics, and just calm down and down." And she keeps telling her to keep on pushing and push, because the baby's like probably is crowning. It's coming out. So push, and then we go. Finally, the baby comes out, and then you know, so then then we go cutscene. The doctor and Vision just came in the doorway, and he goes, "Oh, I must have missed it," because he missed the birth of the baby. So then, Geraldine tells the doctor, "Can you go and help me in the kitchen?" And stuff. So Wanda and Vision are, they're looking, introducing. She's introduced the baby to Vision and stuff, and she told Wanda, "Do you want to see your son, in your normal face, Vision his normal face?" So he makes sure that nobody's looking at stuff. So he changes and look at the baby, and then like she goes, "Oh, more pain." And he goes, "What? You're having another baby?
Yes.
Another baby? So, and then she's going crazy. And she goes, and he tells her, okay, ah! She tells him that Billy's coming, Billy's coming. So then, she, Vision and the doctor, they're holding the baby and that stuff. And he goes, you have all the fingers and, 20 fingers and 20 toes, whatever. And he tells Geraldine that she should be a nurse and that stuff. So then the doctor says, I better go to no home and that stuff. So Vision is taking him to and then the doctor says, this time can we walk this time? So now we're gonna see where he's like taking the doctor and he's like, I don't think I'm gonna leave because this is a small town. Because you know why? Because they're entrapped into Wanda's vision. Cause and that stuff. So that's he the vacation on. So then we see Vision sees the two his two neighbors did talking and gasp about drama, and then Vision he comes up to them and says, what are you guys talking about? And stuff. And he asks them, hey, did your power go off? And it's like, yeah, I did. And then she goes, is Geraldine in there with Wanda? And they're trying to explain to Vision about, that it's kind of fear that she doesn't even have a home and that she just came here. But so we go cut the scene where Wanda and Geraldine are looking at the babies and they're admiring, and then she finally tells her, that yeah, I'm a twin. I had a brother named Pedro, and then Geraldine goes like, she's like, um, the Wanda's like singing a nursery song to the babies and that stuff, and then Geraldine goes, yeah, wasn't your brother killed from Ultron? And then Wanda is like, what did you say? And she didn't want, Geraldine didn't want to say why she was here. So Wanda starts crying because she just remembers about her brother. So then we go to cut the scene where Vision's still talking to the neighbors and that stuff, and these neighbors are trying to tell him, about Geraldine and that stuff, but they keep on. They don't like tell him. They don't tell him. So but so then we go back to the scene where they have Wanda and there's a. So what the heck? What did you say? She tells her, what did you say? And then Geraldine's just like, oh, I just said that you're a strong woman. That why did you keep bringing up my brother Pedro up? And then she goes, I think it's time for you to leave because she got angry and he goes, and then they we go back to the vision, and he's still talking to the neighbors and that stuff, and they're like mum, they don't want. They're trying to tell her the reason why Geraldine's in here, but they just don't blurt it out. And then okay, we go to this cut the scene. Now she's like, "What is that little symbol necklace that she's wearing?" And she goes, "What is that?" And then she goes, "Who are you? Who are you?" And then we go back to the scene where Vision is still talking to the neighbors, and then like one of the neighbors like, I have to leave, I have to go, and so then the other neighbor that's cutting the hedges like, I need to go, I'll catch you on the flip side, Vision. And so then,
You better get going. That macrame is not going to hitch itself.
so then, Vision goes back to, in the house, talk to Wanda, and Wanda says, that Geraldine, she had to go home, that she'd leave and stuff, but, and then actually, she used her magic powers to kick her out, but you don't see it. And then we go into the cutscene, what really happened. You know how I said that it's like they're in this bubble? Well, then they go in the cutscene where, like, the West View, the name of the town? Well, like, how they're in this bubble. You see Geraldine, she penetrates, and she, like, from the bubble, and then she falls apart. And then you see, like, the search team, like, um, they're trying to see, because like a search team is, just going to, that's how it ended episode 3. So, you like the video, give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell for the notifications, because I'll bring you the best of Wanda and Vision. So join the King Pookie Nation Army, and also see you guys in episode 4. So peace.